Hey guys, it's Finn, and I'm walking through the park, Hyde Park. I do this quite often because I find that it really helps me focus and think and fix problems in life, in business. It helps me kind of understand the challenges that I'm facing. And for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm the entrepreneur and driving force behind Nalu, which is a clothing brand that produces high quality exclusive garments. And it's also an organization that donates school uniform that allows youth in India to gain access to the right information and the right knowledge to keep them off the streets and in school. And that's part of my mission. So in this video, I want to share with you a massive transformation that I've had with a problem that I've been facing for a long time. So for the past 3 or 4 years or so, I've been battling with my personal brand. I've always wanted one and I've always known the importance of it, but I've never actually gone after it, right? Because of the fact that I was actually focusing on the wrong thing and I was focusing on the wrong information, right? Which is kind of the root of this transformation that I'm sharing with you. So for a long time I was focused purely on gaining followers and Instagram likes and growing my self-image on something that wasn't really me, right? On Instagram, showcasing this lifestyle, posting these reels about everything that I'm doing, all my travels, all this money I'm making, going to India and donating school uniforms. And in the process, I was losing myself, right? And I was really walking backwards because I was very much focused on these likes and these followers and gaining self-esteem through that, which is wrong. The root of this paradigm shift that I've had is really all about information and how the information that we consume ends up shaping our thought patterns, our belief systems, and most importantly, our self-image. And I found that I was consuming the wrong information. I was consuming information that was driving my self-esteem into the ground, driving my self-image into the ground, and my thought patterns were not clear and they were not conscious, right? And that was purely based on the information that I consumed. So then I had a big wake-up call, right? This person that was starting to become me was not aligning with who I am deep down, and there became a clash with two parts of myself, because there's this deep wise version of myself that saw this happening, but then there's this unconscious version of myself that just kept indulging in this mindless consumption of information. So I decided to do an experiment, and the experiment essentially was cutting out and eliminating all of the distractions in my life that was not progressing me forward and that was holding me back. And it was a very painful process. I needed to really think and digest the person that I was and the person that I needed to become, and the things that I needed to sacrifice in order to become that person. And this is the root of the transformation, because in this experiment I learned so much about myself and about life and about my purpose and what it is that I want to do in life. And this is the purpose of the video, is to share this big shift with you. So the big shift is that we are drowning in information, yet we are starving for wisdom. So what this means is that every single day we are exposed to content, we are exposed to information, right? But this is simply a pool of useless information that doesn't actually help the mind. So I eradicated all distractions with the experiment, and I started obsessing over acquiring timeless knowledge and implementing that knowledge into my life. Okay? And I was able to do this much more clearly because I've eradicated all these distractions, which was very painful. Deleting Instagram was painful. Deleting Snapchat was painful. You know, cutting off a lot of people in my life was very painful. Eating certain foods that was fogging up my mind was painful. Waking up early in the morning was painful. Going to sleep early was painful, right? And letting go of this information that I thought was serving me was painful. But through that pain, I began to progress into something that I never thought that I would become. Which is absolutely beautiful, because I've traded pain for progression instead of non-progression for long-term pain, right? So people have a choice in life to either use their pain for progression or feel pain and not progress, right? Because it doesn't feel painful in the moment. When you eat that hamburger, when you watch that Netflix series, it's great. It doesn't feel painful. When you put off your goals and ambitions in life in the moment, it doesn't feel painful. But everything in life has an effect. Every cause in life has an opposite effect, right? So you don't see the effect in the moment, but the effect happens over time. There's a time horizon that starts playing a crucial part in life, which is a profound thing. And many people do not know this, and many people do not understand this, but it is real. So the old version of myself used to focus on quantity, right? Always. I was only focused on the amount of followers I have, the amount of likes I'm getting, the amount of people are commenting on my photos, you know, and it was all about quantity, which is foolish. Very, very foolish of me to think like this, because it doesn't progress. It only feeds and feeds and feeds, and it's never enough. It's very foolish. So I've shifted my focus on quality now, providing the right information to the right people and building an audience, not of numbers, but of quality. An audience of people who want to progress forward, an audience of people who want to make the sacrifice and trade pain for progress instead of non-progress for momentary pain. And I'm very excited to announce that I'm building a community on School of individuals who are going to join me on this journey. And it's going to be a massive movement, because there has to be a paradigm shift on the internet as soon as possible, so that people can start waking up to the laws of mankind, right? Which is focus, cause and effect, self-actualization, transformation, right? These are the 4 mental models that allowed the greatest minds in history to see through a specific paradigm that allowed them to change the world. And these are the mental models that I will be transcending through the community and learning in the process and applying in the process, which is very exciting. What my plan is essentially to synthesize knowledge that is allowing me to transform and progress into the minds of my community. And how I'm going to do this is by consistently chasing after the version of myself that I need to become in order to do the things that I want to do. Which means that I must consistently be in pain and trade my pain for progression, which I will happily do, because in life we're going to all experience pain one way or another. And I know this sounds pessimistic and negative, but it's actually not. There's an inversion that you must understand, which is that through pain we transform and achieve fulfillment in life, right? Through suffering we wake up to the realities of our mind. And the question is, how are you going to use the suffering? The pressure of life will crush you. The question is, will it create a diamond or not? Right? This is a quote from Luke Belmar. And it's very, very interesting, because life is hard and there is a lot of pressure in life that we have to deal with every single day. The difference between the great and the average is that the average person chooses to trade momentary gratification for long-term pain, whereas the greats, they understand that cause and effect is real, and they trade their pain for progression, which is such a beautiful thing to understand, and it's such a beautiful thing to realize. And this is a realization that I've only just come across, and it's already transforming me, and I hope that it can transform you. So what can you do to understand this more? Well, look at all the areas in your life that you are trading non-progress for in exchange for long-term pain. And long-term pain means not achieving the things that you want to achieve in life and not achieving the fulfillment that you want out of life. So when someone goes running, right, it might be painful in the moment, but the long-term effect of that pain is that they feel healthy, they feel fulfilled, and they feel the abundance of life. Right? So find the areas in your life that you are trading non-progress for in exchange for long-term pain, and start focusing on the things that you want to trade pain for in exchange for progress. So the biggest bottleneck with this whole thing is consistency, right? Because the human mind and memory is bottlenecked. We forget things all the time. Every day we're forgetting new things. So the solution to this problem comes from the community itself. And that's why it's so important for me to build a community of individuals who want to trade pain for progress, and individuals who want to transform themselves into the best possible version so that they can change the world with their mind, right? I'm creating a community of individuals that want to be part of this transformative journey with me, you know? People that want to use mental models employed by some of the greatest minds in history that they used to change the world, from Einstein to Julius Caesar, Leonardo da Vinci, Beethoven. All of these people, they had similar mental models, and they've got patterns, right, that I'm starting to see emerge. And the mental models are focus, self-actualization, cause and effect, and transformation. Right? They transcended their thought through this mental model that they trained themselves to think for, which then created a paradigm that allowed them to change life around them. And this group is going to be all focused about this, all focused about growth. We're going to be doing exercises, we're going to be holding ourselves accountable, and it's going to be a community of quality, you know, over quantity. And if you want to be part of that, you can click the first link in the description and you can apply. I'm only accepting a number of people because I want to find the founding members. I'm only accepting a small group of people. You can apply by telling me what your goal is and what the biggest bottleneck to that goal is, and then I will look over everything and accept you, and I hope to see you in there, because these YouTube videos really just goes over the knowledge, the information. The community is all about holding the accountability, remembering it, implementing it, like checking in on the progress, right? That's what that is all about, which is where the real value lies. So I hope to see you in there. So before I go, I quickly just want to talk a little bit about cause and effect. Okay, this is another mental model that is very, very impactful. So cause and effect is about realizing that every single decision that you make in life has an opposite effect and has a long-term consequence. So great minds use this because they know that every little decision that they make in their day-to-day life has the ability to change their future and their reality and their world. So I'll give you an example. A small shift that I have been implementing is waking up earlier than I used to. So I wake up at 6 a.m. because I'm experimenting this effect of what will happen when I wake up at 6 a.m. every day. So let's stretch it over time. I used to wake up at about 9 a.m., 8:30, 9 a.m. So I've gained 3 extra hours in my life, right? So if we apply those extra 3 hours gained over the course of a year, 365, we end up with about 1,095 hours gained in that year, right? Of being able to live life in the waking world. So that's about 1.5 months that you've gained. Now, if we stretch that over to 10 years, all of a sudden you've gained 15 months, right? Which means that you've gained an extra year in your life that you can use to change the world and to understand the world and to understand yourself and to generate wealth. And it's highly profound. So you trade that pain, right, which you're honestly just going to experience in the first week of trying it, of waking up early, the dread of waking up early, to then gaining an extra year over the course of a decade, right? And then if it's 6 decades, you gain about 7 years, 7.5 years. So this is a prime example of cause and effect, and how cause and effect compounds over time, and how small decisions in your day have long-term effects on your life. And you can either choose causes that have negative effects on your life, that keep you poor, unknowledgeable, and unhealthy, right? And you're trading that for the instant gratification that you receive in that moment. Or you can employ mental models that allow you to make wise decisions and choose effects that compound over time, that have the potential of building generational wealth for yourself and also for your family, and also just live an all-around more fulfilling life. Remember, pain is progress, the obstacle is the way. Trade progress for pain. That's it, right? And don't trade non-progress for instant gratification, because in the long run you're not going to win. It doesn't work. It does not work. Okay? So that's another reason why it's so profound to be part of a community of individuals who are constantly holding each other accountable for becoming the best version of themselves and constantly triggering transformations that propel them forward, constantly understanding the causes that they can take in their day-to-day life that's going to have the long-term effect of wealth and health. So my mission is to bring as much information as possible and to mediate these transformations within the community. So another example of cause and effect are these braces. They hurt in the moment, and they definitely hurt when I got them on, but the long-term effect of that is that I'm gonna have perfect straight teeth, right? I'm trading pain for progress, which will give me fulfillment out of life, more fulfillment out of life. So whenever you see these braces, I just want you to remember that, okay? Pain is progress. Choose your progress, right? Choose your pain. Are you gonna feel long-term pain from not having progress? With me not having straight teeth, it's gonna be a regret in my life. I'm gonna regret that decision, but in the moment it's not gonna matter because I'm gonna have the instant gratification, right? Or are you gonna trade the instant gratification for the long-term fulfillment, right? I know what I'm doing. You can probably tell what I've chosen to do. I might look a bit corny, you know, but honestly, I couldn't care less because I know that in the end, I will win, right? I know in the end, I will achieve my goal and I will have straight teeth. So remember that. The main mission is to provide the right information to you so that you can start progressing forward at a rapid pace. If you are in London, come and see me, come and meet me, come and talk to me. This Friday on the 10th, we're having a community event, a Nauru community event at Bread and Butter in Shoreditch. If you're seeing this, this is your personal invitation. You can RSVP to this event by clicking the second link in the description. And if you want to apply to my free school community, you can do this too. You can apply to it and be a part of it. And I'll see you in the next video.